What's going on, guys? Gamer Swag 358 here, and I'm along with Saruman Skywalker 98 and the Great White Ninja 22 for some NBA talk. So let's just hop right into this. Fellas, what are your thoughts on the NBA playoffs for this year?
Well, as you guys know, the Knicks had a pretty good season. They closed out last year with a record of 54-28, and I believe who did they play last night? The Hawks.
Yeah.
I believe, and they beat them 98-92. So they closed out with a fair record this year. They did way better than last year's performance. So, and as you guys know, they will be playing. The Knicks will be playing the Boston Celtics in the first round this Saturday afternoon, I believe. I forget what time, but I'll definitely be watching the first one. So, and I was impressed with the Knicks this year. They did an excellent job, actually, compared to what they've done in the past. So, Carmelo's been excellent the whole season. He's really strived like a great, a career for this season. So. Yeah, and I've been impressed with like J.R. Smith, Felton, Novak, so everybody like that, and they've improved since from what I've seen in the past. So yeah. So Colin, what do you have to say about the playoffs and like any teams that you like?
What, what do you have to say about the playoffs this year?
Oh, well, I hope the Celtics could pull off the finals because I think they deserve it this year because I think it's KG's last year. Is that right? No.
I don't know. It's been debated, but I'm not too sure on it. But I'll have to look more into it. But
well, yeah, Rondo got hurt.
Right.
He's out for the season, so the Celtics are having it rough. But I think they're still doing pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, considering without Rondo, I think we could all agree on that the Celtics are playing pretty good. Considering, I mean, Avery Bradley's been the starting point guard since Rondo got hurt, and I think Avery Bradley stepped up for the Celtics this year. I mean, look where they're sitting. I mean, they're the 7th seed in the East, so I mean, you can't be too mad about that performance. I mean, they've had a lot of injuries. Kevin Garnett was injured for that little while. I mean, you got some great veteran players on that team, and if they can put it all together in the playoffs, I agree with you, Colin. I think that they'll get to the finals easily.
And plus, you saw that little brawl between KG and Carmelo. I guess it's about
Right, and you know what? That's the first round. The New York Knicks versus the Celtics, and the Knicks have the home court advantage. This is the big game that one of the big games on Saturday when the playoffs start. Justin, who do you got, the Knicks or the Celtics?
I'm going, obviously, for the Knicks because, since they've had a really good season, I'm hoping they can push through the rounds and hopefully they could, sweep the Celtics on Saturday. But I know Colin, he probably got he wanted to defy what I just said, but, I'm just going for my Knicks because, I like them all this whole season, so, and I hope they could push right through the playoffs, and they can maintain a really good performance to reflect on next year's performance.
So, Colin, who do you got, the Knicks or the Celtics?
Well, I think the Knicks are better, but I would prefer the Celtics to win because I'm a Celtics fan. But I think the Knicks might win because we don't have Rondo, and we lost KG and everyone like that. So I don't know about the Celtics.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, personally, for me, I got to go with the Celtics. I mean, I know that's going over Saruman's Knicks, but I think really if the Celtics can do what the Lakers are doing right now without Kobe Bryant, I think easily that the Celtics can get pretty far. I don't know if they'll. I think finals is kind of pushing it, even though I said that they probably make the finals. I think that's kind of pushing it, my hopes up, but I think they could do it if they stay together like the Lakers are doing, but that's just my personal opinion on it. The next game that we have on here, the Denver Nuggets playing the Golden State Warriors in Denver. Saruman, who have you got?
I think. Wait, what was it again? Sorry.
The Denver Nuggets and the Golden State Warriors.
Oh yeah. probably go for the Nuggets only because Carmelo used to he played on the Nuggets, I believe, for it was like over 7 years, something like that, ever since he got drafted into the NBA. So, and then he moved to the Knicks. So I think that Denver hopefully will win. I don't know, only because I like their team, and I would probably, aside the Knicks, I would want them to beat Golden State. So, because I'm not a huge fan of Golden State. So, yeah, I'd go for the Nuggets on that one.
So have you got, Colin, Denver or Golden State?
Well, I don't really know them that well, but I think I'd have to go with the Nuggets, but I don't know them. I don't know, like, their players and stuff like that.
But I mean, if you just had to pick, just like if somebody asked you who's going to win, Denver or Golden State in the best of 7, who would you pick?
Denver Nuggets.
And personally, for me, I would have to go with Golden State. I mean, we all look at, if anybody has really followed of what they did this season. I mean, Golden State had a pretty good season. I mean, there's no real talent at Golden State. I mean, we can all definitely agree on that. I mean, you have Stephen Curry. I mean, come on. I mean, he's a good player. Don't get me wrong, but I think personally that Golden State. I don't know if they could win the series, but I think they can win. Maybe 2, 3 games.
Yeah, 2 or 3, something like that.
But personally, I would think Golden State could take it, but then again, I might have to fall with Denver only because Denver's got Andre Iguodala. And,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So so I mean they got some good players there. So the next game that we got, the Chicago Bulls versus the Brooklyn Nets. Who have you got, Sarman?
I actually, you know what? I personally go for the Nets only because.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, only because I like Darren Williams a lot, actually, and I played as the Nets a lot in NBA quick games, so I like the Nets personally, aside the the Bulls, and I do like the Bulls a little bit, I guess, but now that Derrick Rose will probably be out till next season, maybe longer, who knows, but since his injury, I don't know, I don't think they've been doing as good without Derrick. So, I mean, yeah, you got Nate Robinson. He's a great point guard, but, when he was on fire in the past few games before the playoffs. But, I don't know. I think I want to see how the Nets do and how far, Darren Williams can push it with his team. So, yeah.
So, Colin, who have you got? Brooklyn or Chicago?
Well, Chicago, I was going to pick them, but they don't have Derrick Rose, so I don't think they're going to do as well, but the Nets, I don't know anything about them, but I think I'm going to go with the Bulls because maybe they could pull off a few wins, but I don't know.
But I mean, also we look at the Bulls and what they did this season. Like you said, without Derrick Rose, I mean, they snapped the Heat winning streak when obviously when Miami was on that hot run. So you know what? I do have to give Chicago props on that. Brooklyn has kind of had an on and off season, not really doing. I mean, they did well at the beginning, then they kind of slummed off. Now they're doing good, kind of slummed off. So you know what? I gotta go with Chicago for that series because I think that personally Chicago's a better team. They're more consistent. They've shown that they can beat big teams. So
I guess you're right, yeah.
So I definitely gotta go with Chicago. I mean, no question about it. The final game for the Eastern Conference on Saturday. The Clippers in Memphis. Who have you got, Sarman?
I don't know. I might go for the Clippers because I not that love Blake Griffin, but I think he's a really good player. And in what position is he in?
I think power forward.
Yeah, that's right. He's a power forward. He's a great power forward, actually. And, he's done pretty. The Clippers have maintained a really good record this year for the Western Conference. So I'd like to see how they do in the playoffs. So, and I don't know. I don't like Memphis as much, only because they have Marc Gasol, which I really don't like the Gasol brothers. I don't know why, but I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan of Memphis, but I'd like to see the Clippers, kind of push through the playoffs and see what they could do.
So, Colin, who have you got, Clippers or Memphis?
I would have to go with the Clippers because they got his name Blake Griffin. He's he's really good. Like, probably pulled the team through because don't they have Chris Paul, right?
Yeah, Chris
Oh
Paul
yeah,
point.
that's right. Paul, CB3.
Yeah, so I think they might have a better advantage over the other team because
Yeah, I mean,
they're just better overall, you know.
I mean, we look at the up tempo that Blake Griffin and CP3 always play with, and you got DeAndre Jordan. I mean, you got some great talent on that team. And if anybody goes back and watches my prediction video, it actually had the Clippers winning Game 7 of the NBA Finals versus the Miami Heat. So I think the Clippers can easily get pretty far.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to all agree they got great talent. They're all healthy. So I mean,
Yeah.
I got to go with the Clippers on that.
Yeah.
So for the Western Conference for round 1, we have on Sunday we have the Lakers versus the San Antonio Spurs. This is a big game. I know I'm gonna watch. Sarman, I'm sure you're gonna watch.
Oh yeah.
So who have you got?
I'd go with LA only because if same for Troy. Like if he's not like really, if he's not like in Lakers performance, I know he'd go with the Knicks. And if I'm not like in the Knicks are playing, I go with the Lakers. I don't know, only because I like their team, but now that Kobe's out, I mean it's not really been a problem for them. They still have like Dwight Howard, and so I don't know. I guess he could try and push them through, but I don't know. As people have been saying, they really don't know if Kobe's coming back. Personally, I really don't know if he's coming back or not. But
Yeah, it won't be till next year. It's going to be
At
like 9
least,
to 10
yeah.
month injury. So
Oh yeah, so so I don't know. I'd really go for the Lakers. I like the Spurs. Yeah, they did a good job this year. They have Duncan and Parker, so they're.
but they also suffered a lot of injuries.
Yeah,
so.
they had like not thousands, but tons of injuries. So yeah, I'd go for LAL, but I don't know.
So Colin, who have you got? Spurs or Lakers?
I'll go the Lakers because I think they're doing better without Kobe right now. So they have like Dwight Howard and like
Nash.
don't they have Meta work more?
Yeah,
beast,
Meta,
though?
yeah. But you know what? He doesn't do too much for the Lakers.
Yeah, weren't they thinking about trading?
Yeah, I think they should. But
Yeah.
personally, for me, I gotta take. And you know what? I love the Lakers. I love what that team can do. I love Dwight Howard, but I gotta go with San Antonio. I have to. And let's look at what San Antonio's done this year. Even though they have all the injuries, they have all the problems on that team.
They have
I got
talent.
They have talent, and they could definitely play.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta go with San Antonio on that. But next game we have is the Indiana Pacers versus the Atlanta Hawks. And already, I'm going with Jay Smooth here. I gotta go with him. I mean, he's a great basketball player. We all know, what he can do, the talent that he brings to the Hawks. And I think that they could be a championship team within the next 5 to 6 years. So who have you got?
I got the Hawks with you there because I do like Smooth a lot. He's he's really good. And I don't know. I just like to see what they could do overall. I know even though they lost to the Knicks the other night, or what was it, last night, it doesn't matter because I think the Hawks should really push through. So, and I bet you they would be able to drag in a couple wins. So we'll see. So.
All right, so the next game we had the Miami Heat versus Milwaukee. We obviously all know who we've got. I've got Miami. You probably got Miami.
Definitely.
And Colin, you most likely have Miami for that game as well. Colin,
Wait, what?
do you have Miami or Milwaukee?
Miami, obviously.
Yeah, I don't think that's much to debate.
Yeah.
Next game we have OKC versus the Houston Rockets. That's a big game, I think. I gotta go with OKC because you know what, Houston definitely didn't look like they were ready for that other game last night. Even though they did go to overtime, Carlos Delfino did hit that big 3 to tie up the game to go to overtime. But I mean, who have you got?
Yeah, I have to go with OKC. I like Durant, Westbrook, and Martin. Everybody, on there. So and they have some pretty, outstanding talent. They can pull it, but we'll have to see what they'll do. And it should be interesting. So we'll have to see.
So Colin, who have you got, OKC or Houston?
I'm gonna have to go with OKC because they have Durant, Russell Westbrook, And the only guy on the Rockets is James Harden.
But you know what? But you know what? Ever since they got him, personally, I don't think they did good.
Yeah, I don't know.
They've been kind of a slummy team.
Yeah, because wasn't Harden on OKC? Really?
Yeah, Harden was on OKC, the championship, well, not championship year, but the year that they were in the finals. But you know what? James Harden on Houston isn't really a good match, personally, but...
I think they should have kept him, but...
Yeah.
I mean, and when he's playing his own original team, he's probably going to look back and, kind of... He's probably going to try to ignore it, but, it really doesn't matter because now he's on the Rockets, so they're going to try to do what they can, but obviously I'm still going with OKC, so yeah.
So, that's pretty much it for this playoff video. Stay tuned for the NBA playoffs. This is GamerSwag358, Saruman Skywalker 98, and the Great White Ninja 22, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
See ya.
Bye.
Oh, gentlemen, we went like 15 minutes, 43 seconds.
Not bad. That was a pretty good video.
Yeah.